Once the recording will be started, then I can discuss. Let me till the time I can turn on the Eclipse. So recording is started. So Eclipse is coming or loading, you can see. So this is the triangle. We are going to read the pattern, how to print it. These are the very easy questions. Write a program to print only the even numbers. So every time the number will be incremented with the value of 2. Start with 2 and every time add 2. Write a program to print the output of 2D array. We already did that, right? Write a program to print the sum of first natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2. That is the formula. You can use it. Write a program to reverse the element of array size as well, the values entered by the user. So everything you have to print it. So we have already entered here, and let me open your things. Right click, close project. Then let me open this. So we have lab exercises or array, where it is, not array, loops, I believe. It will be in some loops, loop demo. Is it here? No, it's not here. Then it should be in the lab exercise. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H lab exercise. Where it gone? I think in the array. You can see a triangle print. Where are the numbers? Three-dimensional array, triangle print, 2D array print. These things are easy. Okay. Let me give the demo for this. This is very easy task. Let me comment this part. Think that this part is not written yet. You can see here how many rows I am taking. Starting the value is 1 and it is less than equal to. Just remember less than equal to, because our question is like this. 1, 2, 3. So if you count here, it is the 10th row. So from first row to 10th row. So row wise it is 10. First row and second row, third row, like it is 10th row. Okay. So row wise it is 10th. And what I have to print? I have to print any character, like it is 0, so you can take 0. If it is star, you can take a star. The character will be depends upon the user choice. So I'm saying that column is equal to first time 1, but whatever the row value will be there, it will be end point up to that much. You are setting here na, that it will go up to 10. So first time the column value end point will be 1. When the next loop will come, the column value will become 2. Means from 1 to 2. Then third time the loop, it will become 1, 2, 3, like that. And in the inside you are just printing it. Okay. So for column we have dot just print method, but after this loop you have to line break. So line break, just use this one, system.out.println. It will do a line break, and once it is a line break, then it will start from the new row. So that's the pattern we have to follow here, and you change here whatever the character you want. Say that I want to put 0, so I can put 0, and just watch it carefully what is happening here, and one by one I will run it. So I will put a thread.sleep so that you will have some idea how it is working. mouse over, add throws declaration. I did that because when you will use this one, it will show a compilation error. So just for demo, right click, run as Java application. So as the row is increasing, this size is also increasing. But if you want to print one by one, you can put it like this. See how it is printing. Third row 3 times, fourth row 4th time. What is happening when it is iterating? The row value is changing. So that's why the column is starting from 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6. Like this, it will keep on changing. I'm just pausing it. I will put it here. Later, run it. See, this is one thing, but if you want, you can modify it. Suppose that you want to put some space or you want to put character change. So you can put like this. And committed it. Then it will become this and a space. So like this it will print. But suppose that this is the way it is printing the right angle. Suppose that you want to print the triangle, means equilateral triangle kind of thing. So how you are going to do that? So one special, this is outer loop for row, but inside that you have to print some column, and column is of spaces. So this is something I have designed for spaces, and this is something very easy. You let me explain that part, then you will understand. So 10th position, my character will start printing. So what I am doing, starting from 9, and my loop will work like that. It will keep on decreasing, means every time, first time space will be like this, then second time the space will go up to this much. So a space will keep on decreasing, then my triangle will become the equilateral triangle. So starting from the 9 and based on the row, it will, what it will do, it is greater than equal to row s minus minus. So as the row will increasing, the space will be decreasing. That's the only logic I have implemented. And what I am printing here, I am printing here a space. So you see here, this is only for spacing, and then it is for printing. So let me activate this part, then you will understand it better. So see here, right click, run as Java application. So it will first print a space. See here, a space is decreasing every time. The first time it was 9 to 1, then it was 9 to 2. So that's why it is keep on decreasing here. You can see here. So this is all a space here. So space wise it is decreasing. So every time a space is decreasing, then it will become the equilateral triangle kind of thing. Hope it is clear to you. So this is one design pattern, and actually it is multiple one which I have already showed you. If you want to put a star, you can put a star. I think we have another example in arrays. Diamond pattern. Do we have there? Yeah, it is. So see here, one example I have of diamond pattern. I'll show you this. So first let me run, then I will explain it. See the output. So how it is printed? This is called diamond structure. First it will print the space, then it will, this part you have already did, and after that what it is doing, space is increasing and the characters are decreasing. So that's why it is called diamond structure, and they have implement via formula. So one outer loop will be there. Basically I'll show you again. Console. See, this is already you have done, so there is no worries for that part. But for this they have additional loop they have started, okay, and they have completed. You can check here. This is the first which we have already done. This is very simple, we have already completed. The second time what they are doing, a space is equal to 1 and they are keeping the space count. I think, yeah, a space count they are increasing. So space count will be increasing, and the character which they are printing, that will be keep on decremented. You can see here it is keep on decrementing. So based on the condition rho into j minus 1, so they are calculating and they are decreasing. So that's why it is from the below it is shrinking. So this is something, this is for a spacing, so space will be increased. So this is plus plus, and this what it is doing, the rho into j minus 1. So there it is calculating, and based on that it is decreasing the space. So sorry, decreasing the character, and then it is printing. So just for line break should be okay. And if you run this, the first triangle you have already completed, second triangle was from here to here, like here to here, that's it. So this part was already done. So this is one diamond structure, and now I will take some example from the internet and ask you that whether you can do it now. Pattern printing. This is the pattern you have to print. Can you think of logic? By seeing this, first time consider that 10. I have to print 10 times, 10 to 1. Okay. So outer loop will be obviously row size will be from 10 to 1. That's the hint I have given. And for inner loop, what will be the column? First time it will be 10, second time it will be 9. So what we have to set? You have to set the dynamic end position. Dynamic end position is column wise end position you have to set. In the earlier example, what we did, triangle print, we have set this as a row. So row was increasing, so that's why the column was also keep on increasing, but this time column is decreasing. So now you have to think of a logic where column will be decremented and this structure will be printed. So it just reverse of this, and now you have to think the logic. Anyone wants to try? You can take the help of internet and just tell me the logic. It's already written there, but I want to try. Downward triangle star pattern, this is called. Just give a try if you can resolve it. You have 5 minutes. Let me copy, paste. We call it downward triangle. So my question is here, downward triangle. I'll come here. I will close others. I don't need. A space part is not needed. I'm just removing it. This part also not needed. Here is the main logic. From row is equal to 10 greater than equal to 1 is the first condition. Row minus minus. Inner loop. Column is what it is doing. Column first time it is 10. Row should be okay. I don't think any problem in there. It should be 1 to 10. That way also possible, but let's go with the easy process. So row is 1 to 10, but column is what we have to do. Column is first time 10 should be greater than equal to row. So row will keep on what you call incremented, and then it will this is column minus minus. I want to run it just once. I think logic is correct, what I guess, and let's test it whether it is correct logic or not. What I did, print run. So view console terminated, nothing printed. Maybe some logic is issued. Oh, this one, less than. So you can see here it is printed easily. This is downward triangle printed problem. So just think of outer loop is for row. So just count how many lines are there. So that is for outer loop, and column wise is for inner loop. So you have to set the logic, and for line break you have to use this one outside of this for loop. So that the only pattern trick of that. Means you can just read the pattern and then you can redesign. So first time it was for 10, then it is 9. So just I said that what it is doing, based on that it will from 10 to 2, 10 to 1, 10 to 2, 10 to 3. So that's why it is keep on decrementing. So just very easy simple logic. One or two more question we will see on the pattern printing. This we have already done. If you go there, I'll just show you triangle. It is here. If I don't put a space here and I space activated this space, so it will be shame. You can see here, right? Pretty simple. That's a space management is there. That's it. So this way you can also try. Already we have tried diamond shape, so that's okay. So this is a spacing. Yes, you have to keep increasing the spacing and keep decrementing the size. So just read the logic, then it will everything will be easy. This is Pascal triangle. So you can give a try if you are interested. So many patterns are there. Just for your practice. You can see here. So if you are interested, you can go and try. And this is the site Java T Point. So many questions are given there. One question is very important here. I'll tell you what is the question. Consider that print 1 to 9. See, this is a question, and what should be what I am expecting, let me comment and tell you. First line it should print 0. The next line it should print 1, 2. Third line it should print 3, 4, 5. Fourth line it should print 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is the output I am expecting, and you have to tell me the logic. So you can see here how many rows are there. So rows are just 4. Simple set it 4. Okay. From 0, row is 4. So don't look at the value. Row is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. So row is 4. So that's the one thing. Column is every time it is starting from 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, like that. So column value will be 1, starting from 1 and based on the row. Column plus plus. Okay. And the printing logic is quite tricky here. You just think of that. What we have to do, you see here, the inside value is not dependent on the row and column number. So then what we have to do, we have to take a separate number here. Int num equal to 0. That's the main trick here of this loop. So you take this, you print num. That's it. You can see here, it will start from 0. And when it will come, it will first print 0, then it will become 1, next time it will do. So based on that, it will hold the value and then it will print it. So simple, first time it will just print 0 and then come out because of the loop value. You can see here the output is coming. So I can put some space. Can see the output. This is a bit tricky, means in the interview they will ask you like that. If I set it 5, then it will become like this. This is tab. Just remember this. You can see here. You can use like this. Should be okay. Like this it is printing. You can see here. So this is one question, very important interview question. and based on that there was one more question. That's in the reverse order printing. Means reverse order, it means 0 1 2 3 4, but first time 4, then 3 2. So you can also try with that thing. 0 to 9 reverse order. So what I am expecting here, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. First time 4, then second time 3, 7 8, and last row should be 9 only. So you can see here the starting value is 0, that is correct, there is no problem. The row is also going 1 to 4, there is no problem here. You can just check and set it. And then here the trick is here, column 1 2, that's okay, but this position is keep on changing. It's not like the same, right? So what we have to do, rows should be 4. First time it should be 4 minus 3. If I minus it, I think I can set it. First time is short 4 minus row. 4 minus row should be, yes, 4 minus row, because this value is first time it will 4 or 5 I will take, right? I'm just giving it, right? 5 minus 1, this will become for 4, then it will 5 minus 2, then it will become 3. So like this you can set the value, then you can calculate and run. You can see here output we are getting. So this is the tricky part. You have to do some calculation that how it will work, and then you can implement it. You see here. So first time I have to take 4 and the value of row will be 1. So 5 minus row I set, then it will become 4. So this loop will become 1 to 4 times. Then next time the row value will be 2. So 5 minus 2, it means 3. So it will become for 3 times. So like this you have to calculate some kind of random calculation you have to do. So both way I have showed you, and that is very, very important interview questions. Nowadays people are asking this kind of questions, either this way or that way. You can expect this kind of questions. Simple things they have already asked, so it's okay. What value you want to print, those things you can do. So we have already done with this one. Next topic is strings in Java. So before proceeding to the strings in Java, anyone has any question, they can discuss first.
I don't have any question, Azmi. Thank you.
Anyone else?
No, Rajiv. Okay.
Okay then. Now strings in Java, this is new topic, and this is about a string class in Java. So everywhere we were using a string somewhere. Somehow we have seen that, but not widely. But today we will have some examples more on a string class. So I'm just checking where I have implemented a string somewhere. So it is opening here, so that's why I'm not able to see. You can see a string is a class in Java and which is present in java.lang package. So you go there, on the top you will see the package information, and the left side also you are seeing the package information. So java.lang package, and java.lang package is present in rt.jar. So it comes with the rt.jar. So mainly rt.jar is coming from this location. If you see here, JDK, inside JDK we have GRE, and under GRE we have libraries. So under libraries all the jar files are there, and in that jar files we have different packages which will be used, and that is the one very important package is java.lang package. So that is the base starting package. Everywhere you will see so many times. You can see here, so lot of things present in java.lang package, and what I am doing, I am going with the string class. So string class, so many methods are there. First go and see show view outline. So the method which is having s, it means all are a static method, and this is f means final, it means it's a variable actually. You can see here, so this is a variable and it's a f means final. Maybe you don't know, but just think of that. And c means constructor. So string class has so many constructor, overloaded constructor. So constructor overloading you already seen, so now you will easily understand. If you have a blank one, so what it will do, it will just create a blank, and by default a string class is a character array implementation, because this is interview question. They will ask you internally a string class is what, so you can say that internally it's a character array implementation. And you can see here different constructors are there. It means you can pass the byte data type, you can pass byte and int, you can pass byte int. So based on the need basis you can go and explore why they have designed it, but as a high level look I can say that these are constructors, those are overloaded constructors. Values of methods are static method, and this is overloaded methods. All static methods are overloaded. You can have a look. So what it does, it takes the boolean value and convert into the string. You would see a return type is a string. Okay, so this is character and taking and returning to the string. It is taking the character array. See here, it will take you to the character, then it will convert to the character array, and then it will call this constructor, which is creating it the string. Return type is what? A string. So like this it is implemented. So we already have these things. Double will be converted to a string. Now we have other methods. Just have a look. Char at, code point before high level things I'll discuss. Compare method is there, concat method is there, contents method is there, content equals method is there, content equals overloaded methods, ends with equals method. You see here some triangle is there. So triangle means it's an overridden method. It was already there in the parent class, but it is already overridden in the child class. Hash code method is there, index of method is there, intern method is there, and it means native method. Native method I will tell you here what is that. Is empty, length method is there. Length method is basically just calculating the value and it is returning the value. So every array has a value by default variable. You can see here. So it is just calculating the value and then length. Whatever the length, character array length is there. So just returning the value dot length. So high level things means replace is there, replace all is there, the split is there. Some of them you have already seen, and other things you will see. Two lower, two upper, two string. So those things are there which you can use it for your own purpose. So now coming to the implementation part. We have a string demo. Can see here. So many examples I already have, and I will show you one by one so that you will come to know. So string class in Java. Basically, string is immutable class. Immutable means you cannot change the value once it is created. So let me show you. Go to the string class. It is a final class. So final is a keyword in Java. Once you design some class as a final, the first restriction that it class cannot be the parent of any class in Java. The parent child relationship will be stopped here. Okay, and then it has some interfaces like implements, serializable, comparable, char sequence interfaces are there, and some of the methods we are overriding. And you see here, because this is interview question, line number 114, what is the internal structure of a string class? So basically it's a character array, and this is also final. It means once you initialize final, the property of final is that once you initialize you cannot change it. So that's why a string is immutable in Java. You cannot change the value once it is created. And then I will show you the logic why it is immutable, how it is immutable kind of thing. And this is very important interview question, how a string is immutable in Java. So you can tell that written design in such a way that once the value is initialized you cannot change the original value. So that's why, and that value is created in a string constant pool. So there is a concept of a string constant pool in Java, and that is especially dedicated to the string class things. The string objects you want to create, then that will come into the picture. Hash code method is overloaded, overridden method here, not overloaded, overridden method. So that's why we have a hash variable which is generating the hash code, that's memory address, and then we are returning that value. So let's understand with some of the examples here, then you will easily understand what I am doing here. In line number 7 I am taking one string so that you usually understand what I am doing here. There is no challenge in line number 7. The string variable name then equal to just creating one string. So this way of a string creation, if you remember in Java, object always created with new keyword, but here the string class is allowing you to just create the object without new. So this is called string literals. They have, Java people have especially designed string literals, and this variable will be created in constant string pool. Normally when you create object in Java, there is a memory called heap memory. Every object is created into the heap memory. Why? Because you are using new keyword. So this design in Java, whenever you will use new keyword, the object will be created in the heap memory area. But here we are using without new keyword, and that's why this will be created in constant string pool. So I have one example, diagram example, which I will show you, then you will easily understand. You can see here, this is constant string pool, this area is, let me take it from red one, this one I'm talking about, CSP, constant string pool, and this is heap memory area. Okay, and suppose that this is program where you are writing programs, right? I'm saying it's a P, this is heap, and this is already highlighted constant string pool. So think of, just visualize it and how it works. So when you are writing here this way, so what it is doing, without, this is without new keyword, so it will not create any object over here, it will directly go and create the object here. And property of constant string pool is that it only holds unique object, unique. That's once this object is created, second time when you want to create, that time it will not create the duplicate, rather it will just new reference will point to the this object only. It's no duplicate allowed for constraint string pool. This is heap memory area, and when it is coming to the picture, I will tell you. So there are ways to create object in Java. This is one way, as you just writing like this. So this we call it string literals. Understand? And this will only created in constant string pool. And when you write like this way, it's just a normal Java object creation way. So it means string str1 equal to new string hello. So what it will do, it will create two objects. First time, two objects. One object will be created in constant string pool, and one object will be created in heap memory area. Why in heap memory area? Because you are using new. And to understand, this is allowed duplicate. Duplicates allowed. But this one is unique only. It's only one copy will be there. So when second time I am writing here str of 2 new string, I am passing the same string. So what it will do, in here it will create one new object, but when it will try to create here, it will say that it's already there. So what it will do, first time str was pointing to this, second time str2 will also point to this. It will not create the new object. So constant string pool cannot hold the duplicate, but heap memory area can hold the duplicate. So if it is clear to you, then should be okay, and if you have any doubt, you can still ask. You see here, it tried to create two objects actually, but when he tried to create here, it found already. So what it will do, str2 will point to the same str1 object, which str1 was pointing. So first time it is created, second time it will not allow to be create duplicate, then it will just, what it will do, it will just point to that object. Okay, so that's the main thing. Now I'm coming again here in this program. This is a program which says that character count, means any character count I want to do. So you know ASCII table, about ASCII table you know or not? Every character has a code. So I'm first converting to the two lowercase, and 97 to 122 is the range for a small character. So if you don't know about ASCII table, I will just show you. Can have a look here. You can see here 97. So I'm going to the 97. 97 will point to the small a, and up to 122 it will have the Z. After that some other characters will start printing. So I don't care for those other things. I just bother for my special, my what you call a small character. So a small character is ranges 97 to 122. So that's why I'm taking the range here 97 to 122. Can see here. And what I am doing here, this is I. So I is a numerical value, but if I have to convert into the character, so it is called the degradation. So for degradation, you have to do the typecasting in Java. This is the rule. If integer to character, so there is no problem, that is easily auto upgradable. But since it is what you call integer to character, so that time it is degrading, and degrading it means you have to specially typecast. So this is the way of typecasting, means this is integer value. You see here I and t I equal to 97. So I'm converting to the character. So now I have a character value. I am finding the initial length, that what is the initial length of my string. So how you will find the initial length of the string? So we have the length method. It will give you the length. So initial length was earlier 0. I am counting the length here. So I got the length. So what I am doing here, we have a replace all method in Java, which accepts the string here the rule of all, replace all. Just let me show you. It accepts a string, and from what you have to replace that. So first is like source string, then is the what you call destination one. So what bit what you want to replace. So I'm saying that replace the particular character with blank, and then again calculate that what is the length now. Okay, so before length is this, now the length is this, and this I'm again storing where str1. So what it will do, it will just create a new object, and new object it is pointing this one str1, and earlier str1 was already in the memory, so this will not be destroyed, it will be already there in the memory, but this will create a new object, and since string is immutable, so for new object holding I am just again creating, and whatever new object is created, and I am just storing it again in the same variable. So it will now point to the particular new string with particular ch is not there, whatever the character I tried to replace. So my logic is first time I will replace C, then I will calculate that how many A's were there. So this will give me the length. Okay, so initial value minus final value, it will give me that how many A's were there which was replaced, and then I am saying that if this value was greater than 0, then print that character. It means if it is the character is not present, so I am not printing it. There's a simple logic I have written. Now let me run this, then I will show you. So first time it will look for A, second time it will look for B, C, D, like same it is. So B was not there, so it's just ignored, and whatever it is 0, it just ignored, and rest of the things is printed. If I remove the condition, you can just see here. Let me comment this part. I'm just printing the differences. For the particular character, this character will be there. So for the particular character, what is the character count? So let me run this first. You can see A is 3 times B 0, C is 0. So for A to Z, it is printing, right? So how many times that character is present? But I just want to print which one, which is greater than 0. It means at least it is existing. So based on if condition, I am printing here. You can see here any character you can pick, and you can check whether that character is present here or not. So J is 1 times, L is 1 times, N is 2 times, L is 4 times. So this way, this is very easy example to understand. This is one way, and second way is also there. I will just show you the both way. This was something when you have a basic level, when your level is grown up, means more level, then you can just use one liner and it will work. Let me remove this. So what I am doing here, I am just using one liner statement. I am saying that I equal to small a. Earlier, what was my condition? It was integer. So for integer, I was just using integer value, but here what I am doing here, I am taking the character value. So I is the initial one which is pointing to the small a, then I is less than equal to z, because it was very hard to remember the numerical values. So what I did, I take the character array from A to Z. That's the main thing. I will be keep on pointing A, B, C, D like that, I plus plus. So it will be auto incremented. Now here I am just calculating this way. That tell me the initial length minus after replacing what is the length. You can see here str1 dot replace of character of I, then I is replaced with nothing, and then length is calculated, then separated, and then final final count is being calculated, that how many times it is present. So let me run this and then show you. So it is printing here because I have not put any condition, so that's why it is printing everything. You can see here. So it's very simple and easy to understand. Now I'm going to other examples. This was one example. String demo. Now I'm trying to explain the same concept which I was explaining here. You can see here. See, this is a new program. So fresh mind, you just think of that. The string str1 new string hello. What I'm passing here? Character array. You see here, this kind of constructor is there or not in the string class. So we have there constructor like this. What it is doing? It is just length by length and then hash by hash. Everything is being internally managed. So what it is doing here? It is creating two objects first time. One is constant string pool and one in the heap memory area. Second time when it will come, it found the same object. So in constant string pool, it will not be allowed to duplicate. But heap memory area, this will create one more object. So this will create two objects, but this will create only one object. This kind of interview questions you can expect. They want to check your concepts. So what I am doing here, I am calling the equals method from the string class. So string class has this method equals method. What it does, it for first value and second value it compares by character to character. So it what you call compares character comparison, or you can say value comparison. And once the value is equal, then it will return true or else it will return false. And it is a case sensitive as well. So just remember this. If one value is small, one value is capital, then it will return the false. So this will return you the true. Just remember this. Why this will return you the true? Because in the heap memory area, it checks from the heap memory area. In the heap memory area, we have two different objects and both having the same content. So that's why this will return true. But just remember this. Once you do str1 is equal to str2, so it means it will look for heap memory area and this will become address comparison. So you know in the heap memory area we already have two different objects. I told you this address is different, this address is different. So when it will do the comparison of address, this will become false. So let me show you. Let me comment it out and one by one let me explain you. This is a bit surprising. So equals method do the value comparison and double equal to method does the address comparison. So str1 and str2 both are two different objects, so address are different. Okay, so when the address are different, then the result will be false. You can see here value is same but the address is different, so that's why this is false. I hope it is understood, right? But if you want to do the address comparison of the what you call constant string pool from here, so you know constant string pool str1 is pointing to this, str2 is also pointing to this. So one object is there and which is having same address, right? So when you want to compare the address from the constant string pool, so we do have a method which is called dot intern. Same thing I am doing here, nothing changed, just using intern method. So intern method will not look into the heap memory area, it will look the constant string pool. So when it will refer to the constant string pool, there the object is only one, right? So one object cannot have two different address. So this time it will become what? True. So this is something big confusion for everyone, and you just observe it carefully so that in future there will be no confusion. And why this is happening, you should have the valid reason. Maybe they will show you, ask you the output, and they will ask you that tell me the concept behind it. You can see here when I am doing the comparison from constant string pool, so it is giving you true. When I am using the same operator but doing from the heap memory area, so address is not same, right? And this is something value comparison. So value comparison is true. So there is no confusion. Now a big confusion again it will happen. Now let me explain this part. Just observe it carefully how I have designed here. I have designed it via new keyword, and what I am designing here 5 and 6 is without new keyword. It means via string literals. So I already told you when you will use string literals, the object will always be created into the constant string pool. So you can see here when it will try to create one constant string pool welcome, so it will first time it will go and create, there is no problem. Second time when it will try to create, since constraint pool is already having one welcome, it will not allow to create duplicate. But what will happen to this will start pointing to this object. Thus address of both will become same, value is already same, address is already same, so there is no problem for that. If you do this one, this will also get true. If you do this will also true. If you do this in turn also, this will same. See, if value is present in the heap, it will look into the heap, but if it is not present into the heap, then it will directly loop into the constant string pool. So you can see here I am trying to create first comparison values comparison, second comparison is address comparison, then directly from the constant string pool. But these things are never present in the heap, it's already present in the constant string pool. So this will always look from the constant string pool where both is same object. So this will also become true, this will also become true, and this is already become true because intern method you are using which will directly call from the constant string pool. But this time this will not look into the heap. This time it was looking into the heap. Why? Because it was present, and since this time it is not present into the heap, it will look into the constant string pool. So this all the three output will be true. So just ready for that. And this is something very confusing thing. If you don't focus, it will be a lifetime confusion for you. So let me run this, then I can show you. What is the output and what was the output here? And just open the program and try to understand how this is happening in Java. I hope some questions will be there on this. If no question, then good. I think it's easy to understand, but no, it's normally not easy. Any questions? Anyone? Why the output is like that?
I need to go through it again, Rajiv. So I think it's not very clear, but I'm getting the gist of it. So I will go through it and ask you the questions.
Okay. Anyone else has any confusion? Soumya, Vipra, Chitti Babu?
Yeah, same Rajiv. I have to go through again this. Then if I have any confusion, I will ask you.
Okay, so we have the recording. You can go through the recording
Yeah.
once and you try to first create the same example. Then I hope it will be easily understandable. And
Yeah.
one by one, you just try to understand this concept. So this picture is also very important for you. You can see here. Okay, that's all for today. We will connect tomorrow, and not tomorrow, no, Thursday, and we will see more topics.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Good night.
Good night.